If you think the United States is just talking, you better check the skies over Sokoto because the game has officially changed. The eagle has landed, and it did not come to play, it came to protect. The headline you saw is not just noise. It is the reality of the new diplomatic and military fire that President Donald Trump is raining down on insecurity in Nigeria. U.S. forces to protect Nigeria? That is exactly what is on the table, as a high-power delegation from Washington has touched down in Abuja with a clear mandate. End the killing or we will end the killers for you. We are bringing you this breaking update today, Thursday, January 29th, 2026, and the atmosphere in the Aso Rock Villa is heavy with expectation. For the first time in a long time, the United States is not just sending thoughts and prayers, they are sending their top brass. The U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, Allison Hooker, is in Nigeria right now. She didn't come alone, and she didn't come for a tea party. She is here to lead the inaugural U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group, and the agenda is simple: security, security, and security. Now, let me give you the full gist of who this woman is, because her name might sound new to you, but her reputation is heavy. Allison Hooker is not a rookie. She was a key player in Trump's first term, handling the top files on North Korea and Asia. Now, as the Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, she is practically the engine room of U.S. diplomacy. For President Trump to send her personally to Abuja tells you that Nigeria is now a Category A priority for the White House. This visit, which runs until today, January 29th, is the follow-up to the shockwaves we felt last month. Do you remember what happened on Christmas Day, December 25th, 2025? While we were eating jollof rice, U.S. aircraft were reportedly conducting surprise airstrikes on Islamic State targets in Sokoto. That was the warning shot. Now Allison Hooker is here to formalize that aggression. The report reaching us confirmed that she is sitting down with our National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, and other top officials to map out exactly how the U.S. military will help flush out bandits and terrorists from the northwest and northeast. But why now? Why the sudden interest? You have to understand the Trump factor. Since returning to office, President Trump has been very vocal about what he calls the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Remember, he redesignated Nigeria as a country of particular concern regarding religious freedom late last year. The Nigerian government didn't like that label one bit. They denied it. But instead of fighting over the label, it seems both sides have agreed to fight the common enemy. This visit is the bridge. The U.S. is saying, okay, if you say you're handling it, let us help you handle it faster. And the military component is massive. While Allison Hooker is handling the diplomacy, the U.S. military is handling the firepower. We have received confirmation from the Deputy Commander of U.S. Africa Command, Lieutenant General John Brennan, who was also in Abuja. He dropped a bombshell that should make every bandit in the bush shake in their boots. He said, and I want you to listen to this clearly, we are getting a lot more aggressive in targeting ISIS-linked threats. He said, and I want you to listen to this clearly, we are enabling partners to procure more equipment with less restrictions. This is the news we have been waiting for. For years, Nigeria complained that the U.S. was refusing to sell us the best weapons because of human rights concerns. It looks like under this new administration, the gloves are off. They are unlocking the armory. We are talking about increased intelligence sharing, meaning their satellites are watching the forests, and faster delivery of attack helicopters and drones. However, there is a catch, and this is where I need you to listen very carefully. Lieutenant General Brennan was very clear about one thing. The U.S. is not building a new military base in Nigeria. They are not looking for land to park their tanks permanently. He said we are not in the market to create a drone base anywhere. Instead, they are doing what they call kinetic enabling. This means they will give off the intel. They might even fly the drone, but they want the Nigerian military to take the lead. They want to hit the target and leave. I want to pause here and ask you a serious question. Do you trust this aggressive partnership? Some people are saying, finally, we have help. Others are worried that inviting the U.S. military this deep into our affairs is a risk to our sovereignty. Do you want American drones patrolling your state? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comment section below. And if you are enjoying this breakdown of the security situation without the boring grammar, please smash that like button. It helps us spread this message to more Nigerians. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You need to be here when the next airstrike happens. Welcome back. Let's look at the broader picture of this visit. Allison Hooker is not just here for the guns. She is here for the money too. The discussions have touched on expanding U.S. investment in Nigeria. You see, security and economy are twins. You cannot have investors coming to a country where they might get kidnapped on the way to the factory. By securing the North, the U.S. hopes to open up the market for their companies. It's a win-win if it works. But the pressure is on the Nigerian government. This joint working group is not a one-off meeting. It's a monitoring system. The U.S. is watching to see if the violence against vulnerable communities, especially in the Middle Belt and the North, actually stops. If the killings continue despite this support, you can bet that President Trump will not be happy, and that country of particular concern label might come with heavy sanctions next time. The visit also took Hooker to meetings with UN agencies to discuss food security because, let's face it, farmers cannot farm if bandits are occupying their land. It connects back to the same problem. The US has realized that you can't feed the nation if you don't secure the nation. So as Allison Hooker wraps up her visit and flies out to her next stop in Oman and Bahrain, she leaves behind a Nigeria that is on high alert. The message has been delivered. The world is watching, the US is helping, and there are no more excuses for failure. The terrorists in Sambisa and the bandits in Zamfara have a new problem to deal with, and it has an American flag on it.